China is an adventure like no other. But before you pack your bags, you must know these 17 things.
The first things that I discovered, nothing works here in China. I thought that connecting to the hotel Wi-Fi, everything is going to work. And from here, it's very difficult to solve that problem. So stay with me in this video, and I'm going to share with you later in the video what to do to be able to access your Instagram, your YouTube, your Google, your maps, and everything that you are used to. So we are going out today into the street, and this is number one. My point number two is about taking the metro or taking the taxi in China, in Guangzhou. Good luck taking the taxi. The city's traffic is legendary, and what should be a quick 15-minute trip can easily turn into a frustrating hour-long crawl while the meter keeps ticking, especially during rush hour. If you actually want to get somewhere on time, bypass the street level entirely and head straight underground. Everything is clearly color-coded with dual English and Chinese signage. You get one of these little green buttons and use that to travel from point A to point B. Your schedule will thank you.
I have to set up WeChat Pay or Alipay. I'm using it daily to pay for stuff, and it makes it much easier because not all stores have change for cash. Point four is Chinese people don't speak English. We communicate via WeChat. Now, WeChat has a translation service. I type in English and it translates it to Chinese. But if you have a good translating service, so much the better. This one, number 5. Here's a very good tip for you. Bring a fork. I've got a very sturdy plastic fork here that is not picked up with the metal detecting, because if you can't use chopsticks well, if you don't know how to use the chopsticks, then you need a fork. Because many older Chinese have never seen a fork in their lives. They just don't use forks. Everybody learns from a very small age to use chopsticks. And that is what they will give you in every restaurant. And believe me, it's quite difficult to pick up grains of rice with a chopstick or peanuts when you're a South African. Toilets are squat toilets like this. You will not find normal toilets in places like this. All the toilets are squat toilets. Here's the trick. Bring some toilet paper with you, because they don't have toilet paper here. You can buy a little packet of tissues from the vendors or from 7-Eleven and carry that with you to use when you come to the toilets like this. Point 7 is plugs. When I arrived in rural China last time, I found out that I didn't have the right plug, because there was no 2-point plug in the whole room, and my phone just ran down. My wife just didn't know where I was. When you do business in China, they will always offer you tea. So in point number 8 is don't drink the tap water. You can get sick. So what you need to do is just buy bottled water, drink lots of water, because it's humid, it's hot. My point 9 is about beds in China. They sleep on very, very stiff and hard beds. Some of them feels like there's no mattress at all. So book a room, and that has better beds if you stay for quite a while. Believe me, this is one of the best tips I can give you. Next tip, number 10, is carry your passport with you. Bring your passport with you at all times. Wherever you go, they will ask for your passport. When you do a purchase, Like I bought a drone yesterday and they asked for my passport because I can claim back VAT point 11. And this is about mobile data. When you buy an eSIM, get enough mobile data because you don't want to get on the local network. Then the great firewall is just going to clamp you down and you won't be able to access anything. So get a good eSIM that will give you enough mobile data because you will need this mobile data when you do payments. On number 12, I'm talking to good time to come to China. Well, any time is a good time. But believe me, the winters can be very cold in the north. In the south, it can become extremely hot. So come to China when the weather is more moderate. Otherwise, you're going to find it very uncomfortable. So when you come to China, have a look at when it is Chinese New Year and avoid those times completely. And this is a mobile eSIM. I bought a phone through Takealot, and the phone came with a Chinese charger. And I tried everything to get the eSIM to work. And eventually I found out there's an IEM number that it should have, which it lacks. So which means I had to either change the phone or get a physical eSIM. And it looks exactly like small SIM card, but it adds specific hardware to the phone that allows it to be an eSIM. If you don't have an eSIM, you will struggle because in China they block everything, but everything gets blocked. You won't be able to access your Instagram. You won't be able to access your YouTube. Sometimes not even your emails. It is very frustrating. And I can attest to that. This time I can call up my maps. I can do everything because I've got an eSIM.
Number 14 is get a VPN. Now, once you have your data sorted, there's one more absolute essential for China, a rock-solid VPN. Without it, you can completely forget about posting your vlogs, checking your emails, or keeping up with anyone back home. The local networks block almost every app you use daily. You need to download and test a reliable VPN on both your phone and laptop before you cross the border. Once you're inside, getting one installed is a massive headache. Get it set up early so you can share your journey without skipping a beat.
Number 15 is about personal space. When you stand in a queue, they can stand very close to you, and sometimes they can even jump a queue. When you get to a metro, they won't give you a chance to get on the metro or get off the metro. Okay, point number 16 is about paying for a bill. Don't offer to pay the bill if you were invited by a Chinese person. It's kind of insulting. Don't offer to pay your part of the bill. If you want to pay the whole bill. And then number 17, my last point here, is that there's no tipping here in China, and they don't expect you to pay any tips. You know what's left now? It's just for you to hit that subscribe button. It will mean the world to me if you hit that subscribe button and subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching, and I wait for your comments down below. Have fun visiting China.